Hey guys, and welcome back to Constant Review, and we're finally looking at the series finale of WandaVision. We're going to take a look at all those things that I picked up and you may have missed in the series finale of the show. And yeah, without any more, ado and stuff, let's get right into it now. One last quick reminder that if you haven't seen all of WandaVision, then you should probably go see that first, otherwise there are huge spoilers ahead. But I mean, this is episode 9. You figured out the drill by now, and I'm sure you're good to go. So let's jump right into the analysis and see if you picked up everything that I saw.
Let go of my brother!
My powers work out here, or did you forget?
No, dear. I'm counting on it.
So right off the bat, we get the notion that Agatha Harkness appears to have lured Wanda outside so that she can steal her powers, as though she needs her powers to work out here. But of course, we're going to find out that doesn't quite make sense based off the end of this episode.
They take power from the undeserving.
We get confirmation from Agatha Harkness here that she in fact has the ability to take magic away from other people. In fact, was exactly what was being referenced in the commercial in episode 5.
What do you say?
Wanda chooses to hit Agatha with the car here, something that she's been known to do ever since Captain America Civil War. A quick reference to one of the inspirations for the persona of Agatha Harkness' character in the MCU, based off the Wicked Witch of the West from Wizard of Oz. As fake Pietro flicks Monica using his super speed, we can hear a metallic clink, implying that Monica is also not exactly what she seems. Probably because she has superpowers now.
His system is overloaded, sir. I can't get anything through.
Still under control?
As far as I can tell, he's still ours.
The conversation between Hayward and the other SWORD employees indicates that they currently have spectral vision as under their control. However, it appears that they're worried he might soon be out of their control, which is inevitably going to happen.
Flourish.
Jimmy Woo finishes his magic trick with the words flourish, just like Paul Bettany as Vision did when performing the magic show in episode 2.
To you in the dark hole? That's the Book of the Damned.
Agatha Harkness confirms here that the book that was in her basement is in fact the Darkhold, which is tragic for all you Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fans out there, as this kind of confirms that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is now definitely not canon.
I'm a witch. I don't cast spells. No one taught me magic.
Your power exceeds that of the Sorcerer Supreme.
We get confirmation here that Wanda is in fact more powerful than Doctor Strange, which is going to be interesting in their upcoming team-up in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
Destiny to destroy the world.
I'm not.
A clear hint here that Wanda may in fact end up turning evil after all. In fact, if she isn't already evil in WandaVision.
You found a Steven Seagal?
We can see on the bill that Monica picks up that identifies Ralph a Boner that he's in fact been living at this residence for several months, which is confirmed proof that this cannot possibly be Jimmy Woo's missing person.
You're Ralph Boner?
Also, we are confirmed that this character is in fact not Pietro Maximoff and not from the multiverse. In fact, this entire character was a huge red herring.
What's wrong? We've got to go.
We see Billy's visions of what's going to happen to his mom in the city square, implying that Billy can to some extent see the future, which is a pretty neat addition to his power set. We see that when Wanda gets overwhelmed, she subconsciously starts to choke all the people of Westview, implying that she was the one who choked Mr. Hart in the opening episode, and possibly even Vision in episode 2. Wanda uses her powers to create a force field bubble, very reminiscent of The Incredibles, which has been referenced several times so far in the series. Also, we get a Wanda family group scene, which is also very reminiscent of the group combat positions in The Incredibles.
Vision. Only a conditional vision.
Vision, true to form, finds the way of defeating his robot counterpart by offering him a paradox. This scene really looks like Tommy is the one actually taking out all these military guys, but Billy has already frozen their minds in a very Professor X kind of way, which basically means all these soldiers have already been incapacitated. Despite having never done anything particularly evil in the show so far, except for possibly breaking the Sokovia Accords and bringing back a fallen Avenger, Hayward decides to be a complete villain in the scene and attempts to shoot 2 children for no reason.
Have fun in prison.
Darcy is able to ram Hayward's car because you might remember that the funnel cake car that she's driving is actually a transformed armored car from the sword camp.
Over time, its planks of wood rot and are replaced with new planks. When no original plank remains, is it still
Vision uses the real Aristotelian argument of the ship of Theseus in order to convince White Vision that neither of them really are or really aren't anymore the real Vision, which is a hard sentence to say. Vision restores White Vision or Spectral Vision's memories, which is kind of an odd feeling as White Vision is distinctly not the same person as Vision was, but will now have all the memories that Vision had in his life. Wanda uses her red magic in order to give Agatha a nightmare of sorts, which is something she hasn't really done since her first introduction in Age of Ultron.
Wanda, what are you doing?
Come on!
Wanda easily one-handedly defeats Vision, which is more evidence than anything that Hayward's plan was completely nuts, because White Vision wouldn't have even been able to defeat Wanda in a fight. Agatha tries to finish off Wanda, but finds that she is incapable, kind of like in Avengers Endgame when Thanos was unable to complete the snap at the last minute, or when Loki failed at turning Iron Man in Avengers 1. Scarlet Witch uses her powers to reabsorb all of her magic and Agatha Harkness's magic while in the runic chamber that she created, implying that Agatha Harkness totally could have stolen Scarlet Witch's powers in her basement, but kind of chose not to make it more interesting.
Boys, thanks for choosing me to be your mom.
Wanda heavily implies here that despite the fact that she created her children's bodies, their souls may actually exist and not be part of the hex itself.
Wanda, I know we can't stay like this.
Wanda and Vision watch their world collapse while holding hands, which is oddly reminiscent of the end of Fight Club, or, just kind of a trope of how to anticipate the end of the world. And just like it was heavily foreshadowed during the last episode, at the end of WandaVision, the whole hex collapses and it ends exactly how it began, with Wanda standing in the area that would have been her dream house with Vision, but instead, all of what happened was like a dream.
Monica!
Authority looks good on you, Jimmy.
Where's Darcy?
And it appears in the post-credit scene, Monica and Jimmy have finally gotten onto a first-name basis and are referring to each other as if they were old friends.
I was sent by an old friend of your mother's. He heard you've been grounded.
He'd like to meet.
And we finally get a not so surprising reveal that Skrulls have been here all along. But the big surprise being that the Skrull that we see is not in fact one of the Sword agents, but in fact a member of the FBI, implying that since the Skrulls appeared on Earth back in the 90s, they have infiltrated several levels of the government and are, everywhere. We see Wanda's isolation as a direct reference to the Incredible Hulk movie, where after Bruce Banner discovers his power, he goes into a voluntary exile until he becomes the master of his own powers and is in complete control of his ability to transform. Wanda Maximoff, aka the Scarlet Witch, is showing her one-upsmanship on the Sorcerer Supreme himself by not only studying magic while astrally projecting, but also, instead of just doing that while asleep like Doctor Strange did in his movie, but doing it while her own body is walking around. Wanda hears the screams of her children calling out for help, proof that their souls do exist somewhere in the Marvel Cinematic Universe or Marvel Cinematic Multiverse, and that we're definitely going to see Wiccan and Speed again in the MCU. So guys, those are all the small details I found in the series finale of WandaVision. Let me know if you found more stuff, if there are more hints of where the MCU is going to go in the future, and if you got any predictions right, because God knows, I really, really didn't. But hope to see you guys again in a future video. I'm really excited for upcoming Marvel stuff, including Falcon, Winter Soldier, and everything that's on the future release schedule. And thanks a lot for watching and, enjoying these breakdowns. So hope to see you guys again. And for now, goodbye.